John Beltran back at Erie High School. It's been a while. The girls' game ended well over an hour ago, 77-18. The Erie girls win. Now time for the boys' game, as the Mustangs go in with a 1-1 record, defeating Northridge 70-38 before losing at Roosevelt 61-58. And this Erie team ranked 7th in Class 4A, defeated Broomfield handily here in Erie. The Mustangs were 0-2 against an Erie team 1 year ago that was double digits in victories. And even though they were a top 10 team throughout much of last season, the Mustangs battled Erie twice. A 5-point loss here at Erie and a 1-point loss in Fort Morgan. So they matched up well a year ago. Let's see what happens tonight. Jordan and Wynn. Wynn was the leading scorer in the victory over Broomfield. Now let's get to the starting lineup. The Mustangs will be sending out Fernando Marquez, the junior guard, along with senior Jackson Langford. Briggs Wheatley, a junior forward. Braden Fajardo, a junior, and junior Jesse Campa. Now for the Erie Tigers, Kevin Loy is their big scorer. He was a big headache for the Mustangs a year ago, along with Jordan Nguyen, as their lineup is being introduced. Cole Rademacher, along with Kyan Hargrave. He's one of their bigger players on this team. Again, Kevin Loy. He's tough to defend, a lefty, and he's a senior. And he was very good for the Mustangs, or against the Mustangs, I should say, the last couple of years. And Kale Lucero as well. Those are the starting lineups. We'll have the opening tip here coming up. And that opening tip is brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas at highplainsbank.com. Mustangs got off to a rough start at Roosevelt, falling behind 30-16 and losing by 3, so they were in chase mode the entire game. Hargrave jumping center for Erie, and Jackson Langford for the Mustangs. Game 2 of our doubleheader is underway. It is controlled by Erie. There's the tap to Kevin Loy. Lays it up and in. Well, that was quick. Right off the opening tip, Loy had everybody beat. Fernando Marquez on the outside right. He's now double-teamed, and then the ball's wrestled away by Nguyen, and the layup is up, and that is made easily by Kale Lucero. Fort Morgan has to take care of the basketball better than that. Marquez the other way in the high right, double team. They're playing the same defense against him. And down low, wide open Langford here to Wheatley. Wheatley's trapped underneath. Over to Fajardo on the high left. 4-0 Erie. 30 seconds into the game. Here is Fernando Marquez, left to the free throw line. Hands it off to Wheatley. Wheatley in the lane. Little 6-footer straight away. Left it short. And the rebound is into the hands of Kale Lucero. Poked out of bounds. And it will stay with Erie. Well, the Mustangs got to be ready for that pressure. Already with a turnover and no points to begin this one. And coming the other way is Cole Rademacher at the top. Right of the free throw line in the corner. Here's Kevin Loy straight away to Hargrave. Now in the corner to Nguyen. Nguyen against Marquez. Down low for Loy. Loy in the lane. Hooks and off to the right. And the rebound to Briggs Wheatley of Fort Morgan. Strong rebound. Baseball pass in the front court to Fajardo. On the outside left, Fajardo behind the three-point line. Dribbles by 2. All the way, scoops it up and in. Braden Fajardo from 3 feet away. A nice hole for Fajardo. He created beautifully. Nice move to the rack. The ball on the outside right. Nguyen is stripped over there by Marquez on the outside right. 4-2. Erie in the lead. Loy all the way. Hooks and misses, and he's fouled. He was bumped as he drove to the basket. Kevin Loy will step to the stripe, and the foul was on Briggs Wheatley. And he was in foul trouble against Roosevelt. Got to keep him out of there for this game. The Mustangs have a nice bench they go to. Andy Schoen will certainly hit the bench early if he has to. And the Kevin Loy free throw is good. I thought he was a left-hander. I guess he utilized the left hand very well, but obviously a right-handed free throw shooter, and it's 5-2 Erie. Second free throw coming up for the senior Loy is up, and that is in, and the Tigers lead 6-2. Wheatley to throw it in with backcourt pressure. Mustangs got to come back for the ball. There's Langford. Langford is double-team jump pass towards Wheatley. Ball tipped away. Wheatley still has it in the backcourt. Baseball pass in the front court is taken by Marquez off the deflection. Behind his back, Marquez nearly strip dribbles into the lane. He leans, he shoots, and he scores. Marquez with the underhand. Dipsy-do. And it's 6-4 in favor of Erie. In the left corner, Nguyen three-pointer off the back of the rim. The long rebound is controlled by Hargrave. Erie resets. 6:05 to go in the first. 6-4 Erie. Here's Loy. Near the top, Kevin Loy with the basketball. Picks up the dribble. Cross-court pass to Rademacher. Rademacher on the high left. Here is Kale Lucero. Had the ball stripped by Langford. Langford's going to go all the way. Langford will lay it up and in. And the game is tied at 6 as Jackson Langford scores. 5:45 remaining first quarter. Nguyen the other way for Erie on the high left. Gets a pick and stripped by Marquez at a bounce. Nice strip by Fernando. Just beyond midcourt, the Tigers to throw it in. The Mustangs are on a 4-0 run. And Loy to trigger it in. Swings it back out to Rademacher. Rademacher gets a pick, but now he's picked up by Marquez. Against Braden Fajardo in the right corner for Nguyen. Bounce pass down low. Rademacher, he hooks it up and scores. Rademacher's in the scoring column. It's 8-6 Erie. Under 5.5 to go in the first. Campa pressured in the backcourt. Jump pass is taken near midcourt by Langford, crossing the timeline. Langford's got to watch out before he gets double teamed. Jackson Langford still looking, got to help him out, feeds Marquez. Marquez dribbles right baseline all the way, and an offensive foul. He ran over the defender. Very good position there by Kale Lucero. That should have been a pull-up jumper by Fernando, and that decision was costly. Second turnover by the Mustangs. Yeah, you pull up from 5 there, but he leaned, and that was clearly an offensive foul. Rademacher, the other way, picked up by Braden Fajardo, dribbles to his right. At the top now for Kale Lucero. Bounce pass right of the lane, in the lane, all the way, hooking it up and in off the glass easily is Kyan Hargrave. 4-0 run for Erie. It's 10-6, 4:48 to go in the first. Here's Fajardo across the timeline. Fajardo on the high right, behind his back, dribbles by 2. He leans, he puts it up and in. Off the glass, nice lay-in by Braden Fajardo. Off to a very good start. He's got 4 points. And the Mustangs trail 10-8, 4:35 to go in the first. In the right corner, Lucero with the basketball. Back out to Hargrave, cross court. Here's Kevin Loy against Briggs Wheatley all the way, and he has the shot blocked by Wheatley underneath the basket, and it's taken by Jackson Langford. Langford a 3-on-2. Langford left hand, he's fouled on the floor. That's either Rademacher or the defender behind him. Instead, it's going to be Jordan Nguyen. First team foul for Erie. Mustangs looking good here in the early going, trailing by only 2 with 4:20 to go in the opening quarter. And Marquez to throw it in on the offensive end underneath the basket. Marquez, left corner for Fajardo. Offensive foul, an illegal screen was set by Jesse Campa. Third turnover by the Mustangs. And Erie will come the other way. No substitutions yet by either team. Nearly midway through the opening quarter. In the front court, Hargrave thinks about the 3, picked up by Campa. Dribbles towards the top, now dribbles back to his right. At the top now for Kevin Loy in the right wing. Nguyen fakes, pumps at the free throw line, and he stripped beautifully. He's stripped by Marquez. Marquez is going to lay it up, reverse layup up and in. Nice move by Fernando to the rack, and the game is tied at 10. Next stoppage will be a 30-second timeout for the COVID protocol. On the outside right, Loy against Wheatley. Bounce pass down low for Hargrave. Double team straight away. 3 is up, and that's off to the left by Lucero. And Marquez has the Mustang rebound. Marquez wants to run behind his back towards the top. On the outside right to Fajardo. Fajardo behind the three-point line. Bounce pass to Campa down low. He turns, he hooks, and he scores off the glass. 6-0 run by the Mustangs. Camp in the scoring column, 12-10. The other way, Hargrave all the way is fouled as he drove to the basket. He will go to the line as Wesley Carnes and Frank Ortega about to check in. And the foul was committed by Jackson Langford. That's going to be his first. And the 30-second timeout as we're past the midway point of the opening quarter, 12-10 Fort Morgan. As they are on a 6-0 run, but Erie is going to step to the stripe to try and tie the game. Gives us a chance to tell you more about our outstanding sponsors. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. And, of course, Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Easy and convenient, which makes them the only stop you need. The Mustangs with 14 fouls and Erie with just 1. Fort Morgan with 3 turnovers, Erie with 2. Rebound situation, 3 for the Mustangs and 2 for the Tigers. And here's Hargrave to shoot 2. And Fajardo's coming back in for Ortega. I guess that must be a mask issue because he stepped in for a second. The official sent him out. Free throw by Hargrave is good. Fort Morgan 12, Erie 11. He can tie the game here. Again. And this free throw is up and off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Marquez is second. Marquez chest pass, front court to Wesley Carnes into the game. The sophomore back to Marquez. Fakes the 3, dribbles into the lane. All the way, Marquez Trapp's going to have to try to back it out, but I think he was fouled by Nguyen. That'll be his second foul. That might land him on the bench. Could be the first substitution of the game, and that's going to be it, at least for Erie. And checking in will be Tristan Rademacher for Jordan Nguyen, who was the leading scorer against Broomfield. And are they going to say that was a shooting foul? I think it was. I think Marquez tried to get it off, and they're going to say that was a shooting foul for Fernando. And the free throw is up and good. The Mustangs were awful from the line, 16 out of 34 against Roosevelt, but make the first now. Rademacher replaces Rademacher. What is that? No, it should have been for Nguyen. Yeah, they're lacking some communication there on the Erie side. It was clear that they were not going to replace a guy with no fouls. Second free throw is good. Fernando with 6 points. And Fort Morgan leads 14-11. 3:13 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Rademacher on the outside left. That is Cole Rademacher against Marquez. Here is Tristan Rademacher. Swings it at the top for Loy. Spinning at the free throw line. Into the lane all the way. Off the glass. No good. And the rebound. Oh, it was in Jesse Campa's hands. But now Frank Ortega into the game. Picks it up. Ortega wants to run. Better slow it down here. Tries to hand it off to Marquez. Poked out of bounds by Hargrave. And the Mustangs retain possession. And to throw it in, 3/4 court. More than that is going to be Marquez. Fernando looking down low for Wheatley. Knocked out of bounds. Batted out of bounds by Kale Lucero. And let's see who throws it in this time. It'll be Ortega. Ortega to trigger it in. 2:55 to go in the first. Fort Morgan leads 14-11. Looking down low for Campa. They better lob it out elsewhere. It's going to be called for 5 seconds. Left corner for Wheatley. Penetrates left baseline. He leans, he shoots, he misses from 5 feet away. Kevin Loy with a rebound. Erie wants to run. Long pass to Lucero. Lays it up, and he missed it. And the ball is batted around. It's into the hands of Rademacher and nearly batted from behind. Now the three-pointer by Loy, and that's in and out. The putback is up and in by Kyan Hargrave. He's got 5. That was a big rebound, and the lead is down to 1 for Fort Morgan, 14-13, 2:27 to go in the opening quarter. Carnes dribbling to his right against Rademacher, swings it to Fernando Marquez between his legs, right of the lane, all the way, leans, shoots, misses, and the ball is batted right into the hands and nearly a tie-up. That's going to be a foul on Carnes as Kevin Loy grabbed the rebound. Yeah, he's got to let him go there. That'll be the 5th team foul already. And about to check in are Blake Barnett and Campbell Sokolowski here for Erie. So they are into the game for Hargrave and Lucero. Erie can take the lead on this possession, 14-13 in favor of Fort Morgan. On the other end of the outside right is Barnett. Way on the high right, near the top to Sokolowski behind the three-point line. Swings it left side to Rademacher. That's Cole Rademacher in the corner for Kevin Loy against Wheatley. Back out here is Tristan Rademacher. Leans, puts it up, and he misses badly. And the ball is batted around into the hands of Campa. Campa nearly lost it, got it back. He's got to find an outlet, and does to Wesley Carnes. Here's Carnes pressured in the backcourt, lost control, bodies on the floor. And now we're going to have a Fort Morgan timeout as Carnes was able to grab it, call a 30-second timeout with 1:47 to go first quarter. And Fort Morgan with a 14-13 lead. Playing some good basketball so far. And let's see, it's a 30-second timeout. The Mustangs up by 1. Marquez, Ortega, along with Campa, Carnes, and Wheatley. Here's Marquez into the front court. The outside left to Ortega. Left corner for Campa. Campa looking down low against Kevin Loy. Campa baseball pass. Terrible pass. Intercepted top of the key by Barnett. He hooks it up and he misses. And the rebound to Campa, but then he dribbled right into a defender who knocked it out of bounds. Yeah, Jesse's got to get rid of the basketball. He's not a dribbler. Got to get rid of that ball. Langford about to check back in. The Mustangs with their 4th turnover. Jackson Langford back in for Campa. With 1:28 to go first quarter. Fort Morgan 14. Erie 13. And here is Marquez. Marquez is met by Barnett at midcourt. Picks up the dribble. Now 15-footer. He bricked it off the back of the rim. And the rebound goes to Cole Rademacher of Erie. On the outside right, kicks it right corner. Tristan Rademacher, 3 is off the front of the rim. But the rebound is controlled by Sokolowski. He leans, he shoots off the glass, and he misses. And Frank Ortega grabbed the rebound. He might have gone over the back. Let's see what happened there. Let's see. I think the call's on Frank. Yep. He went over the back. So Erie to throw it in. Down by 1, 65 seconds to go in the first. Loy looking. Lobs it outside left to Cole Rademacher. Crossover dribble. Left corner for Loy. Back out to Barnett on the high left. Picked up by Fernando Marquez. Straight away to Sokolowski. Baseball pass right wing to Kevin Loy. We're at 50 seconds to go in the first. Looking for the basketball down low is Barnett. Sokolowski can't get it to him. It's back out to Loy. A methodical offense right now for Erie, taking time off the clock as we have 38 seconds to go. Utilizing a pick right of the lane. He leans, he banks, and he misses. And the rebound is controlled by Briggs Wheatley of Fort Morgan. That's his second board. Baseball pass to Wesley Carnes. Missed the reverse layup. He was too far underneath the basket. Barnett with a rebound. 23 seconds to go. Here is Sokolowski all the way. Banks and scores to the right of the basket for Campbell Sokolowski. Erie's in the lead. 15-14. We have 15 seconds remaining. Marquez looking up at the clock. It's now down to 12, just beyond midcourt. At 10, he picks up the dribble down low to Wheatley. Wheatley all the way, puts it up and in! And a foul. Wheatley to the line with 7 seconds to go. And the Mustangs are back up by 1. And the Erie foul was committed by Campbell Sokolowski. Wheatley scores for the first time. The Mustangs have 5 in the scoring column. The left-handed junior with a free throw that's up, and it's off the back of the rim, and it bounces around, and no good. Rebound to Langford. Scoops it up and in off the glass. Langford jumped perfectly, a perfect timing. He's got 5. Long three-pointer. Rademacher is short. And that's the end of the first quarter. A good one for the Mustangs. It's Fort Morgan 18, Erie 15 in Erie on B106. And the Eastern Plains Sports Network will come back in 1 minute. 18-15 in favor of Fort Morgan as we head to the second quarter in Erie. I'm John Beltran, Frank Ortega, Wesley Carnes, Fernando Marquez, Jackson Langford, and Levi McCoy into the game. So they're going more defensive-oriented here. Marquez with a basketball on the outside right, guarded by Rademacher all the way, and he banks in an offensive foul. And Marquez now has committed 2 fouls. That might land him on the bench. And here comes Braden Fajardo back into the game. He'll come in momentarily. Fajardo will check in for Marquez for sure. And I don't know why they're not allowing the sub in there. He's been waiting at the table. There you go. So Marquez is out. So here we go with Erie coming the other way. They can tie it with a 3. In the opening quarter, Marquez scored 6 points and Langford had 5. Here is Cole Rademacher out there with Kevin Loy. At the top of the basketball on the outside right, Tristan Rademacher fakes the three into the lane, steps in, back out to Loy on the outside right with the basketball. It's Rademacher. That's Cole now in the right corner for Barnett, who traveled. Turnover number 3 for Erie. The Mustangs have 5 in the game. Well played game so far. And Fajardo to throw it in along the side. Fajardo into Carnes. Carnes dribbles into the lane, back out to Langford at the top. Langford had the ball stripped away by Kevin Loy. Turnover number 6. Here is Cole Rademacher outside right to Tristan. Tristan dribbles by one, and he looked like he traveled. He did that hop step. Is turnover number 4 against Erie. Both teams sloppy here in the early part of the second quarter. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Equitable Savings and Loan. Check them out today. Fort Morgan 18, Erie 15. Early in the second quarter, Wesley Carnes between his legs at the top, hands it off to Langford. Langford on the high right, ran into a defender, offensive foul. That's Langford's second foul, and the Mustangs are making some silly mistakes here. That's 2 starters with 2 fouls. Here comes Jesse Campa in for Jackson Langford. Just run the offense. Yeah, it looked like they were trying to force something there. Same thing with Fernando earlier in the quarter. And both of these fouls by the second by Langford and Marquez could have them on the bench for the remainder of the opening half. Hopefully not. On the high right, Kevin Loy swings it near the top, nearly stolen by Fajardo. Left wing, Sokolowski, left corner, Rademacher 3, and that is way short. A nice strong rebound by Braden Fajardo of Fort Morgan, his first. Then had the ball stripped from behind, then Fajardo picks it back up. Jump pass front court for Carnes. Now Levi McCoy with a basketball. Right baseline 10-footer is off the back of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Kevin Loy, his third. 6.5 to go, second quarter. Still a 3-point Morgan lead. Barnett all the way. Underhanded shot is up and in down the middle of the lane. Little scoop there by Barnett. And it's down to a 1-point game. Here's Fajardo. Left baseline for Frank Ortega. Back out to Fajardo. Straight away for Carnes. On the outside right, McCoy. McCoy in the right corner for Wesley Carnes, between his legs, behind his back as they work the offense here. Wesley Carnes near the top. Wesley Carnes in the paint. Down low, and the scoop is up and missed badly. An air ball from 2 feet away by McCoy. Then he commits the foul. And McCoy is out and Briggs Wheatley back in. And the Mustangs have committed 9 team fouls. This will be a 1-and-1 here for Blake Barnett. So Barnett to the line. He can give Erie the lead if he makes the first and then gets the second and makes that one. Free throw by Barnett is left well short, and the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Fajardo. Fajardo for Fort Morgan on the high left between his legs. Watch out for behind. And we have a whistle, and that's a foul for behind on Barnett is first, team's fourth. Mustangs to inbound the basketball with an even 6 minutes to go. Only 2 points scored in the first 2 minutes. That came from Erie. Inbounds pass to Frank Ortega. Back on the high right to Carnes. Near the corner. Here is Fajardo right of the lane. At the free throw line. Back out to Carnes. Takes the three. In and out. And the rebound to Tristan Rademacher. Erie looking for the lead. Rademacher, look out from behind. Here's Barnett. Left wing three is going to be well short. Ball is tipped around. And can they save it in? It's saved in beautifully by Wheatley. Here is Fajardo with the basketball. Fajardo on the high left. Fajardo nearly stripped, and then he's fouled by Tristan Rademacher. Team's fifth. That's his first. Well, it's a wild exchange here with 5.5 to go, second quarter. Erie and Fort Morgan separated by a point. The Mustangs lead 18-17. Carnes, the inbounds pass, and it's stolen off. Fajardo didn't come back for the ball, and there's a dunk. A straight-up dunk by Hargrave. Hargrave now with 7. The Mustangs have turned it over for an 8th time. Erie's in the lead, 19-18. Carnes the other way to the rack, and was he fouled? I think he was fouled on the drive to the basket when he passed it off. And that will be, they're going to say he attempted a shot there. That foul's going to be on Sokolowski, his second. Nick Beltran about to check in for the first time. And to the stripe is Wesley Carnes. And the free throw is off the back of the rim. Mustangs have yet to score in the quarter. Frank Ortega stays in. It's Fajardo that's going out of the game. 19-18. You make this when you tie the game. Mustangs are 3 out of 5 from the line. The sophomore spins, shoots, and misses in and out. And the ball is tipped around, and it's rebounded by Rademacher. Tristan, long pass over here. On the outside left, Kevin Loy with the basketball. Straight away, Hargrave. Long three is off the back of the rim. No block out. Loy's going to hook it up, and that's off to the left. And then Briggs Wheatley, I think, fouled him. I think Wheatley's committed his second. Yep. And Loy to the line. All right, Fort Morgan's gone really cold here. That's the 10th team foul, double bonus. 19-18, 5:02 to go. Second quarter, Fajardo's going to come back in. And the free throw is a line drive off the back of the rim. Offensive ineptitude is keeping both teams from really doing anything offensively. Well, that's pretty obvious. I think I just repeated myself. The defense is solid, but this is they're just missing shots. Second free throw by Loy is good. And it's a 2-point lead, 20-18 for Erie. We played 3 minutes in the quarter. Mustangs have yet to score. Here's Frank Ortega at the top of the basketball. Back out to Beltran. Left corner for Campa. Campa to his right. Feeds it back out to Beltran. Beltran right wing to Carnes. In the right corner to Ortega. Dribbling to his left. Ortega straight away. Fajardo takes the three. And that's way short. And the rebound is into the hands of Kale Lucero of Erie. They want to run. Right corner, here's Rademacher underneath. Cross-court bounce pass Hargrave straight away. Here's the right wing Rademacher three, and that's going to be no good. And the rebound is controlled there by Jesse Campa. Mustangs want to run. Beltran on the high right with the basketball. Feeds it over to Fajardo. Fajardo to his left. Fajardo with the basketball between his legs. Going to have to kick it back out to Ortega. Frank Ortega, bounce pass. Over to Beltran on the high left. Looks down low, and he nearly threw it away. And it was tapped out of bounds off Ortega. Turnover by the Mustangs. That'll be their 9th. Beltran tried to force it. Not a good pass there, and it was batted away, but Frank nearly retrieved it. Still 20-18. Somehow Fort Morgan's in this game, not scoring in the quarter. On the outside left, Rademacher. Bounce pass for Loy down low. Jump pass inside. The layup is up, and it is missed over there. And Campa with the rebound. Jesse Campa all over the boards. And now we've got a foul. 7th-team foul. And Tristan Rademacher with a technical foul. So the Mustangs will have it Wesley Carnes to shoot 2 to tie the game. And we're going to have a mid-quarter break here. Let's see if he makes the first. Free throw is up, and it's off the back of the rim. Holy mahungus. 0 out of 3 from the line. Oh, Carnes again. This is your best free throw shooter, at least on the court. That free throw's up, and that one's good. Mustangs down by 1. Here's the mid-quarter break. It's a 20-19 Erie lead, but Fort Morgan just scored for the first time in the quarter. And they still don't have a field goal, not since late in the opening quarter. Marquez, Langford, and Wheatley all have 2 fouls. With 3:56 to go before the break, and Erie with a 20-19 lead. Now the Mustangs got to do something offensively. Well, so does Erie, but Fort Morgan is playing with fire here. They're on the road, and you got to start overtaking this team at some point. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the very best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Beltran, Ortega, Campa, Carnes, and Fajardo. The Mustangs are going small here because of the foul trouble with Jackson Langford and Wheatley. At the top is Carnes. Carnes swings it right side to Fajardo. Fajardo back out to Beltran. Beltran to his left to Wesley Carnes. Carnes straight away to Beltran. On the outside right to Fajardo. Fajardo backs up. Now Ortega dribbles by 2. Ortega leans And that is the ball stripped away. Ortega with the basketball. Then he strips, but it's retained by Erie. Then the jump pass is batted out of bounds by Wesley Carnes. Erie possession. The Mustangs with 6 turnovers in the quarter, 10 in the game. Erie has scored 5 points in the quarter. Fort Morgan has 1. And to throw it in is Kevin Loy in the right corner for Hargrave. Back out to Lucero. On the outside left, Barnett with the basketball. Here's Kevin Loy against Beltran, left baseline. Swings it back out to Rademacher. Backs up Barnett, takes a right wing 3, and that's good. And that's why you got to start scoring if you're Fort Morgan. Barnett has 5. The lead is 4. Here comes Wesley Carnes the other way. 3:12 to go in the second. Back out to Beltran. Beltran swings it right side to Ortega. Ortega now to Fajardo. Fajardo dribbling to his right. Fajardo between his legs over to Wesley Carnes. Carnes setting up the offense, picked up by Kevin Loy. Behind his back on the outside left to Beltran. Back out to Wesley Carnes. Somebody has to take a shot here, and Andy Schoen calls a timeout. Fort Morgan's out of sorts, trailing by 4 with 2:54 to go in the second quarter. And I think they're looking for the easy bucket. They're not going to get an easy one. They have to take a contested shot, and not contested shots that produce offensive fouls, but contested shots that force Erie to play some defense. They're just passing it around. And again, 1 point for Fort Morgan in the first 5+ minutes of the second quarter, and somehow they're only down by 4. Jordan Nguyen and Tristan Rademacher and Campbell Sokolowski have 2 fouls apiece for Erie. Wheatley, Marquez, and Langford 2 for Fort Morgan. So essentially, you have 3 starters in foul trouble for the Mustangs early, and 1 for Erie. Beto Martinez checks in for Frank Ortega. Beto to throw it in, but you need some offense here. Check it. It'll be 3/4 court Carnes to do so. Carnes to Beltran. Beltran near midcourt. Beltran dribbles by a defender. Beltran on the outside left, down low, and there's a walking violation as Beltran's glasses came off. Nice feed down low there for Wesley Carnes, but he traveled. Turnover number 11. And Erie comes the other way, up by 4 with 2:40 to go, second quarter. At the top, here's Hargrave. Hargrave at the free throw line, back out. Rademacher fakes the 3. Left wing to Hargrave, picked up by Carnes. Bumped over there to Loy. Loy jump pass on the outside right. Here's Lucero. His runner's up and good. Little floater there by Kale Lucero. Erie leads by 6. Fort Morgan needs a bucket. 2:21 to go, second quarter. Wesley Carnes at the top. Back on the outside left to Fajardo. Lobs at left corner for Beltran. Bounce pass to Campa down low, and he puts it up, and he had it partially blocked. I'm not sure why he hesitated with the basketball. This could be a dunk, and it's going to be laid up and missed. It's missed over there by Hargrave. The follow's up and in by Barnett. On the left baseline, the Mustangs are now down 8. A 7-0 run for Erie. Beltran into the front court. Beltran on the outside right to Carnes. Carnes with the basketball, swings it left side for Beto. Now to Beltran. Beltran inside to Fajardo, leans, banks, and scores. That's a big one for Braden Fajardo. Beltran with the assist. 27-21, 1:39 to go in the first half. Here's Rademacher backing up, taking the 3 and missing it. It's an air ball. Barnett has it, fades, shoots, and he misses. And Beltran with a foul. And 2 free throws for Barnett. Beltran with his first. Barnett has 7 points in the quarter. He's outscoring Fort Morgan in the quarter all by himself. The lead is 6 for Erie. The lead is at 7 for Erie. The free throw is in. He's got 8 points in the quarter now. 28-21. 93 seconds to go before the break. Fort Morgan being outscored in the quarter 13-3. Second free throw is in and out. And Jesse Campo with a rebound for the Mustangs. That's his 4th. On the outlet to Fajardo. Fajardo crossing the timeline. Fajardo squeezes by 2 in the corner for Beltran, and then out of bounds. That is off on the pass of Lucero, intended for Beltran. Mustangs retain possession, down by 7. Minute 23 to go in the opening half. And Beltran to trigger it in. Check it. Are they going to have some in the corner now? Beltran to throw it in. In the corner. Looking. Feeds it left baseline. Poke from behind. And there's another turnover. Loy then has it stolen by Wesley Carnes, they trade turnovers. And now we have an injury. I think Carnes is down. Carnes is down for Fort Morgan. They're going to have to take him out. I think he might have twisted an ankle. And Ortega will check in with 1:12 to go. I think we're going to need a trainer out there. Yeah, Carnes hurt his ankle as he saved that ball in as the teams exchange turnovers. Hopefully he can put weight on it, but he's struggling right now. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball, 28-21, Beltran, Campa, Fajardo, Martinez, and Ortega. The Mustangs' lone bucket in the quarter came from Fajardo. Braden's got 6 points in the game. He leads Fort Morgan along with Marquez. The good news, if Fort Morgan can keep it at 7 or less, then you've got Wheatley, Langford, and Marquez ready for the second half. Walking off under his own power is Wesley Carnes. And Ortega to throw it in. Mustangs could use a bucket here on this possession. Ortega looking, backward bounce pass to Fajardo. Fajardo between his legs on the high right. Watch out for the collapse. Bounce pass to Ortega. Ortega is going to get out of traffic. They got to find somebody. He's got Beltran wide open. Feeds it to Beltran. Beltran at the top. Fajardo straightaway three is off the back of the rim, and the ball is batted around to Beltran. Beltran pulls up from 15, and he missed it off to the right. And the rebound is controlled over there by Rademacher, and it's a 3-on-2 bounce pass or jump pass inside, and the shot is blocked out of there. Fajardo with a nice block. 35 seconds to go. Fajardo crosses over. Fajardo all the way is fouled, but no whistle. And blocked out of bounds. It looked like there was some contact. Kevin Loy was the defender. Fajardo will get up, but boy, he went down hard. With 33 seconds to go. Let's see if Fajardo can put weight on that. I guess they're saying he got all ball, and Fajardo just came down awkwardly. And that's two Mustangs hurt here in the last minute. Carnes is on the bench. 33 seconds remaining, second quarter. And hopefully Braden can put some weight on that leg. Nope, I think he might be done for the game. He cannot put any weight on that left leg. So Fajardo will be ushered to a seat here. Mustangs have to make a substitution. They have Beltran, Martinez, Ortega, and Jesse Campa out there. We need 5. The Mustangs need a 5th out there. Let's see who they go to. It'll be Colin Farley making his first appearance of the game. And right now you got to be smart on offense. Your options are very limited out there. That's more of a defensive-oriented lineup. Beltran to throw it in. Beltran looking. Lobs it on the outside right towards Martinez. Ball poked out of bounds off Martinez. Not a good pass by Beltran. Turnover number 9 in the quarter. And that's number 13 in the game. Now Erie might take the final shot of the opening half with 26 seconds to go. With a basketball on the outside left is Nguyen. Bounce pass down low. Hooking, and Lucero's fouled, I believe, by Farley. The ball didn't go anywhere, but he's going to take 2 free throws here. And just a terrible quarter for Fort Morgan. Farley with his first. 9 Mustangs have committed fouls in this game. Only 4 Tigers have committed fouls, and the Lucero free throw is good. Lucero now with 4. It's 29-21. Second free throw is up, and that's off to the left, and Jesse Campa with a rebound. And there is the outlet with the basketball now on the outside right. Ortega with 12 seconds to go. Now here's Farley with 11. Got to get rid of the basketball, and then he traveled. Farley walked. That is 10 turnovers in the quarter for Fort Morgan. Erie will take the final shot. 29-21. They call a 30-second timeout. And Fort Morgan has played some terrible basketball in this quarter. I know you've had Marquez, Langford, and Wheatley on the bench with foul trouble, but And they're better than just scoring 3 points in the quarter. And that's exactly what's happened. Erie, meanwhile, has tallied 14. And they have missed a bunch of shots. So let's see what Erie comes up with an 8-point lead in the ball. And the Mustangs with 14 turnovers and Erie with 5. That's a major difference besides the lack of shooting by Fort Morgan. Caio Lucero in the backcourt in front of the Erie bench to throw it in. Plenty of time here with the 9 seconds. There's the bounce pass into Rademacher, picked up by Beltran. Beltran trying to work off a pick on the outside right. Here's Wynn in the lane. Looked like a travel. And there you go. That is a travel. 2 seconds to go. Now Fort Morgan needing to get off a shot with 2 seconds to go. Into Beltran. Beltran from beyond half court puts it up, and that is off to the right. And that is the end of the opening half. That one nearly went. With the score, Erie 29, Fort Morgan 21. It's a 3-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the third quarter. The Mustangs trail 29-21 to the Erie Tigers. It'll be Marquez, Langford, Briggs Wheatley, Campa, and Frank Ortega, I believe, is going to be coming in for Fajardo, who's out of the game with an injury to his left ankle. That's what it appears to be. Jordan Nguyen, Kyan Hargrave, Kevin Loy, Cole Rademacher, and Caio Lucero for Erie. At this point, the 3 with 2 fouls, the 3 players cannot commit a foul in the first couple of minutes here. If not, you're back on the bench. Got to be very smart. And Fort Morgan, quite frankly, needs an outside game. There's 0 outside games so far. Got to hit at least a 15-footer or a 3. And Kevin Loy will inbound the basketball for Erie. They can take a double-digit lead right off the bat. Nguyen with the basketball, hands it off to Loy. Loy on the outside right, bounce pass, right baseline. Here is Hargrave back out on the outside left to Lucero. Over to Nguyen. Nguyen crossover dribble all the way, lays it up and in. That was too easy. Didn't score in the first half, but he scores to begin the second, 31-21. Marquez, right corner for Langford. Now to Marquez underneath the basket. Feeds Campa through Wheatley's hands. He picks it up on the outside left. Wheatley with the basketball, hands it off to Marquez. Marquez behind the three-point line on the outside right. Cross court to Langford in the left corner for Campa. Campa dribbles to his right, bounce pass down low for Wheatley. Banks and scores. Beautiful pass by Jesse Campa, and Wheatley now has 4. 31-23. Down low on the right baseline, Loy, cross court, Win, three-pointer in the corner, is off the back of the rim. The ball is batted into the hands of Ortega. Foul by Erie in the backcourt. And let's see who committed the foul for the Tigers. That was Cole Rademacher, his first. The Mustangs come the other way. Here is Fernando Marquez. Chest pass left side to Ortega. Ortega at the free throw line. Straight away Marquez. 3 in the air. Is off the back of the rim. Win with a rebound. Here they go. They want to run. Here is Hargrave. Lays it up and in. That was too easy. Hargrave now with 9. The lead is back up to 10. 33-23. Marquez behind his back on the outside right. Into the lane. He's going to scoop it down low for Campa. Defender in the air. Off the bottom of the rim. Kevin Loy with a rebound. His 5th. Now here's Rademacher. Jump pass inside Lucero. Stripped out of bounds by Marquez. And retaining possession is Erie. And Kevin Loy to throw it in. Loy looking. Lobs it high right to Rademacher. Straight away to Hargrave. On the outside left to Win. No Win with a basketball. Up top, Hargrave straight away. 3, book it. Kyan Hargrave has 5 in the quarter, 12 in the game. Erie leads by a baker's dozen, 36-23. On the outside left, here is Briggs Wheatley. 10-footer. He left it way short. And the rebound to Loy, nearly stripped from behind. It was by Campa. Down low for Wheatley. He banks and he misses. Wheatley again banks and scores. And Campa's on the floor, getting up slowly. And apparently everything all right. Wheatley scored all 4 Mustang points in the quarter. 36-25 Erie. And here we go, Rademacher on the bounce pass up top. Now to the outside right, here's Nguyen, straight away to Hargrave. Chest pass on the high left, here's Kevin Loy against Wheatley. Now to Nguyen, won't take that shot. On the right wing, Hargrave drives by Campa. Reverse layup is up and he missed it. Rebound Hargrave, banks and he misses left hand. Ball's batted out of bounds, it stays with Erie. And to throw it back in will be Kevin Loy. Lobs it right corner, now back out. Down low in the lane, here's Kevin Loy against Wheatley. Jump pass outside left, wide open, 3 Lucero, and he missed it. But the rebound and the putback is up and in by Cole Rademacher. That was about will and determination and positioning, 38-25. 5:49 to go, Marquez the other way. He turns, he shoots, and he scores. Little fadeaway from 12 feet by Fernando Marquez. He's got 8 in the game, 38-27. Rademacher drives by Ortega, banks, and misses. And the rebound to Jackson Langford of Fort Morgan. Has to get rid of that basketball. There's the outlet to Frank. Ortega crossing midcourt, crossing over. On the outside left in the corner for Marquez. Marquez behind the three-point line. Marquez and try to throw it off of a Tiger. It's to Ortega, and he banked it in. He picked up the loose change along the baseline. 38-29, Hargrave against Langford. On the right wing, crosses over at the top for Loy. And the outside left, no win. Fakes the 3, penetrates all the way, lays it up, and he in. Boy, that spun in for Win. I thought it was going to go out. 40-29, near that right corner. And Langford was on the line when he caught it. First turnover of the half for Fort Morgan. 3 minutes in, Levi McCoy is in. Campus out, 40-29 Erie. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. Cole Rademacher at the top for Erie against Frank Ortega. Dribbling to his right, well behind the three-point line. Bounce pass down low for Lucero. Back out Rademacher. Now into the lane to Nguyen. He scoops it up off to the right. Jackson Langford has the Mustang rebound. That's his third. The Mustangs want to run. Langford on the high right. Langford all the way. Langford scoops it up, throws up an air ball, but he's fouled. That's a nice drive to the basket by Jackson Langford. He'll shoot 2. And let's see who the foul was committed by. That'll be on Kevin Loy, and that'll be his first, I believe. Yep. Langford at 5 points in the opening quarter. He's still there. And the free throw is up, and that's perfect. The Mustangs 5 out of 9 from the line. Down to a 10-point game. Second free throw up and coming here for Langford. And that one is up and around and good. 40-31 Erie. 4:35 to go, third quarter from Erie. Rademacher on the high left, picked up by Ortega, utilizing a pick at the free throw line. Swings it right side to Lucero. Now at the top, here's Kevin Loy. Back out to Win. Right wing 3 is off to the left. And Levi McCoy grabs the Mustang rebound. The outlet to Langford. Here's Marquez. Marquez inside the three-point line, shoots, and he misses. And the ball is batted around. Nice rebound by McCoy. McCoy back out to Marquez. Penetrates left baseline. He leans, he banks, and he scores. And that was all Levi McCoy to Marquez, who's got 10. The Mustangs in a 4-0 run have made it a 7-point game, 40-33, 3:58 to go from Erie in the third. In the right corner, Rademacher fakes the 3, blocked off and cut off by Ortega. Now here's Win at the free throw line. Back out in the left corner to Lucero. Now to Kevin Loy. Jump pass, right corner, Rademacher. On the right wing to Hargrave. Down low for Loy. Right corner, Rademacher against Ortega. Penetrates, cut off by Wheatley. Straight away, 3 is up, and that's in and out by Nguyen. And the ball is batted into the hands of Frank Ortega. 2-on-1. Ortega with 1 to beat. Down low off of Wheatley. He'll retrieve it in the left corner. Back out to Langford. Thinks about the 3. He's going to kick it back out. The next whistle will be a timeout for the COVID protocols midway through the quarter, past the midway point. On the high right, Ortega against Nguyen. Dribbles to his left, into the lane. His runner's up and around and no good. He tried glass, and it almost went down. And the rebound to Kale Lucero against Rademacher. No whistle. There was bumped. Loy all the way, lays it up and in, and a foul. And that was not a good foul there on McCoy. Should have let him go. And to the line will be Kevin Loy, who's got 7 points. And McCoy commits his second. And they've got the points on the wrong side. They gave it to Fort Morgan. Should be 42-33. Yeah, they've got it. 42-33 should be the score. There it is, and it's a mid-quarter timeout. And Wesley Carnes will check back in with the Mustangs down by 9. They had cut it here to 7. And Fort Morgan obviously doing a better job offensively. They have 12 points in the quarter. But Erie's picked up an extra point. They were down by 8 points. It was Fort Morgan at halftime. Now it's at 9. Again, a 30-second timeout every quarter. Midway through the quarter, it's an official's timeout as part of the COVID protocol. So here we go. One free throw for Kevin Loy for Erie to reclaim a double-digit lead. They're at 42-33 right now. Just past the top of the hour, 8:01 Mountain Time. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran here at Erie High School. Game number 3 for the Mustangs, trying to prevent a 1-2 record, but they're down by 9. And they're down still by 9. Free throw is missed, but the long rebound controlled by Hargrave. Back out to Loy. Swings it inside to Nguyen. Nguyen all the way. Defender in the air. Blocked out of there by Wheatley. Nguyen gets it back. Left corner. 3 is up, and that's an air ball. But right there is Hargrave is fouled as the shot was missed by Rademacher. And that might be Langford with his third. Nope, that's Wheatley with his third. And Campbell will check back in here momentarily. And to the line is Kyan Hargrave. One free throw will give them a 10-point lead. Sokolowski getting ready to check in. That free throw is in. That is made there by Hargrave. Beltran is coming back into the game for Wheatley, who's got 3 fouls. Beltran, McCoy, Marquez, Campa, and Carnes. It's a 10-point lead for Erie. Second free throw is up, and that's good. 44-33. Wesley Carnes to Marquez across the timeline. Mustangs need buckets here. Carnes on the outside right at the top for Marquez. On the outside left to Campa. Now to Marquez on the high left. Marquez cross court to Carnes. Carnes looking back to his left to Marquez. Thinks about the 3, won't take it. Cross court to Carnes, takes a long 3. Yes! Wesley Carnes with a right wing 3. It's down to an 8-point game. 44-36, under 2.5 to go in the third. It was 8 at halftime. It's still at 8 right now. Here's Jordan Nguyen against Marquez towards the top of the three-point circle. Back to his left. Here is Cale Lucero. Bounce pass inside, batted away. The ball is loose, but it's retrieved by Rademacher. Now inside, and the scoop up is missed by Nguyen. And the rebound to Levi McCoy. Here's Marquez with a basketball behind his back. Marquez, Carnes. Right corner 3 is around and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Sokolowski. Sokolowski to Tristan Rademacher. Now to Lucero. The ball is thrown away, and it's intercepted. Carnes with a basketball. Carnes with a man behind him scoops it up, and they say no whistle. It looked like a foul, but anyway, it was blocked. Here's Lucero the other way. Bounce pass, and the layup is up and in, and Andy Schoen can't believe that. That had to be a whistle. Lucero with a bucket. And, boy, I thought that Carnes was fouled, but the trail official says no, there was no foul there. That was crazy. Well, it looked like lots of contact there. And it's a 10-point lead for Erie. Timeout. Mustangs will have the basketball. Well, that changed the game right there. That could have been 2 free throws instead. Erie converts on the other end and is back up by 10. 46-36. As Fort Morgan came up with a turnover there, the Mustangs have committed just 1 turnover in the quarter after 14 in the opening half. And they just need a little run, just a little bit of a run. With a 46-36 Erie lead, now they're going to say it's a full timeout. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. At Western Engineering Consultants, get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants. Here we go for Erie. Sokolowski, Loy. See who else is going in there. Now they're backing off some of those players. Looks like Tristan Rademacher, Kyan Hargrave, and Cale Lucero. For the Mustangs, Fernando Marquez, Wesley Carnes, Jesse Campa, Levi McCoy, and Nick Beltran. And Beltran to throw it in. Fort Morgan needs, again, they've got some offense, but now they just can't close the deficit. Here's Carnes at the top of the basketball, looking to his right to Marquez. Marquez dribbles to his left, fakes the three. Back out in the corner. Here is Carnes, takes the three, and he drills another one. Wesley Carnes makes it a 7-point game. He's got 2 threes in the quarter. Nearly a steal at midcourt by Campo. Ball poked out of bounds. 46-39. The Mustangs are hanging around with 1:24 to go in the third quarter. Hargrave to throw it in. Hargrave still looking. Feeds it, and the ball was batted out of bounds. Nice play by Beltran. He batted out of bounds off of Lucero. Turnover number 8 for Erie. Beltran to throw it in. They could make this a 5 or 4 point game. Wesley Carnes, crossover dribble, back out to Marquez. Swings it to Beltran. Beltran with the basketball, down low for Campa. Campa in the lane. He turns, he shoots, and he misses, but he's fouled. And the foul was on Sokolowski. So Campa to shoot 2. And he can make this a 2-possession game, even if he misses one. With 1:09 to go in the third. Free throw is up and in and out. Blake Barnett, who had a big second quarter with 8 points, is into the game for Cale Lucero. This is to make it a 6-point game. Got to make this second. That one is up, and that one looks good. It is good. Erie 46, Fort Morgan 40. The Mustangs are pressuring in the backcourt. Barnett, backcourt bounce pass to Loy. Now back to Barnett. Barnett crossing the timeline. In front of him is Beltran. Bounce pass is stolen by Beltran. Now here is Wesley Carnes with the basketball. Carnes all the way. Scoops it down low for Marquez, and Marquez was fouled. That'll be the 14th foul. I don't think he got a shot off there. But they force an Erie turnover. And the foul is on Kevin Loy. Beltran to throw it in. 56 seconds to go in the third. Back out to Carnes. Right corner 3. Good! And it's a 3-point game. Carnes has drilled 3 threes in the quarter. 46-43. The other way. Here is Barnett into the lane. He bumps into McCoy. And is that going to be an and one? He made it. It's a defensive foul. I don't know if that's continuation. There's no continuation. Are they going to call it? Yep, they're going to count the basket. And McCoy commits the foul as Barnett scores. Levi McCoy with his third. 48-43 Erie. Free throw by Barnett is no good. And the rebound to Jesse Campa, 6 board for him on the outlet to Marquez. 36 seconds to go before the end of the third. Marquez at the top. Marquez straight away 3, and that's off to the left. And the rebound is into the hands of Kevin Loy. They want to run. There's a long pass off the right hand of Kyan Hargrave out of bounds. Erie now with 10 turnovers in the game, 4 in the quarter. 26 seconds to go. Now Wheatley and Langford, I'm sure, will start the fourth quarter. Big possession here. And they're going to have to bring in somebody for Carnes. Here comes Frank Ortega. Must be a mask issue. Ortega to throw it in. Ortega still looking in the backcourt to Campa. Now to Ortega. Ortega dribbles into the front court. Ortega with the left hand. Ortega leans, has the shot blocked out of bounds by Sokolowski. With 20 seconds remaining. Marquez to trigger it in. Mustangs down 5. We have a ball game again. They were down by double digits early in the quarter. Marquez still looking. Feeds it at the top for Ortega. Ortega to his left. Ortega still looking. Bounce pass near the... Oh, it's stolen over there by Rademacher. He lays it up and in. You can't do that. Tristan Rademacher scores. 6 seconds to go. Got to get rid of it. With 4. Near midcourt, stolen again by Barnett. Puts up a prayer, and that's off the front of the rim. And the Mustangs were sloppy the last 30 seconds of the quarter, but they only trail by 7. 50-43 Erie on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Erie, 50-43 Erie as we head to the fourth quarter. Mustang girls lost tonight, 77-18. It'll be Wheatley, Ortega, Beto Martinez, Fernando Marquez, and Jesse Campa for Fort Morgan. Kevin Loy, along with Keo Lucero, Kyan Hargrave, Jordan Nguyen, and Blake Barnett for Erie Mustang basketball. Wheatley to throw it in. In the backcourt to Marquez. Fort Morgan led after one quarter, but Erie's led since then. Marquez nearly trapped over there, finds Wheatley. Wheatley behind his back, near the top, dribbles by two. Wheatley scoops it up and in off the glass off that fake pass. Nice play by Briggs. Wheatley's got 8. 50-45. Lucero in the backcourt over to Kevin Loy. Loy against Briggs. Wheatley dribbles to his right, behind his back. On the high right, here's Barnett. Barnett looking down low in the corner is Kyan Hargrave. Hargrave at the top to Lucero. Swings it left side for Barnett. Barnett against Frank Ortega. Between his legs. At the top here is Kyan Hargrave. Into the paint. Leans. Jump pass. Left corner. Win three is no good. Ball is batted around. And Briggs Wheatley's got it for Fort Morgan. Nice job of wrestling that ball away. Martinez now to Marquez. Marquez in the high right. Fakes the three between his legs. He leans. He banks. And he misses. And the rebound is controlled there by Martinez. He's on the floor. Now what is the call? There's going to be a tie-up. And it's going to go over to Erie. Oh, so close. With 6:59 remaining in the game. 50-45, Erie leads. In the backcourt, Nguyen with the basketball. Nguyen trapped by two. Looking, still looking, and the jump pass is tipped away. They got to get it across the timeline, and nearly intercepted by Wheatley. Down low for Loy. Loy puts it up and in. Kevin Loy now has 9. 52-45 Erie, 6:38 to go in the game. Fernando Marquez for Fort Morgan near the top, dribbles to his right of the lane all the way. He leans, he banks, and he misses badly. Hit nothing but glass. The rebound to Hargrave, up ahead to win. He banks and scores, and that was too easy. Timeout is called by Erie, and they now lead by 9. The Mustangs got beat in transition and trail 54-45. They had made it a 3-point game on a three-pointer by Wesley Carnes, his third of the quarter, but since then, it's an 8-2 run for Erie, and Carnes is going to come right back in. Yeah, they've been right there, but right there is not good enough. And with a 9-point advantage on their home court, Erie's feeling confident right now. The Mustangs have got to shave that lead with a run like they just had in the third quarter. They had shaved 5 points off the halftime lead, and now Erie's back up by 3 possessions. Wheatley, Ortega, Carnes, Campa, and Beto Martinez. Marquez taking a breather. You never want to take him out when you can, but he's tired. I'm sure he is. Same 5 that we mentioned moments ago for Erie. Wheatley to throw it in. In the backcourt to Martinez. Beto, now to Wheatley. Wheatley crosses midcourt. Wheatley is going to go all the way, lay it up, and he missed it on the layup. And the ball is loose. I think there was a foul on Erie. Jordan Nguyen has committed the team's 5th foul and his 3rd individual. And Wesley Carnes to throw it in. Carnes to the right of the basket. Still plenty of time. 6:16 to go. In the left corner for Campa. Bounce pass on the high left for Wheatley. Wheatley right-handed dribble. Feeds it. Carnes left corner 3. He left it way short. And the ball is out of bounds. Erie basketball. Carnes and Marquez have 10 points in the game. Wheatley's got 8. And Jackson Langford with 7. Hargrave in the corner in the backcourt. Lobs it into Barnett. And back out to Hargrave. Bumps into Martinez. No whistle. Right baseline. Here's the layup up and in as the Mustangs were beaten on the press. Lucero scores. He's got 9. And the lead is 11. It's a 6-0 run. And a 10-2 run for Erie. Carnes the other way is fouled on the floor. That'll be 16 foul. That one is committed by Hargrave, his first. Cole Rademacher's in. And Blake Barnett is out, 56-45, under 6 minutes to go. Carnes looking. Bounce pass to Wheatley. And then Wheatley has the ball stripped away by Nguyen. It's loose, and it's picked up by Erie. They've got a solid 2-on-1. Here is Nguyen. Bounce pass to Loy. Banks it in from the left side. Mustangs are now down by 13. An 8-0 run. 11 points for Kevin Loy. Carnes the other way. Carnes in the lane. Bounce pass to Wheatley. Wheatley towards that left corner is going to back up. Wheatley looking. Lob at the top for Campa. On the outside right to Martinez with a left hand. Back out to Carnes. Carnes behind his back at the free throw line. Swings it back out to Ortega. Ortega between the legs into the lane. Puts it up, and it's blocked out of bounds easily there by Lucero. Marquez will check back in. And Fort Morgan needs a ton of offense now. Again, 60 points is always the benchmark for the Mustangs, but they're not going to hold Erie under 60, that's for sure. Carnes to trigger it in. In the corner for Campa. Campa bounce pass back out to Wheatley. Wheatley on the high left with a right-handed dribble cross court. Carnes wide open three. He did it again. Wesley Carnes has 4 triples in the second half. 13 points in the game. It's down to a 10-point lead. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. And that pass is intercepted. Marquez to Ortega. Ortega in the backcourt across the timeline. Frank Ortega into the paint. Back out to Marquez. Fakes the straightaway three. Steps in and jump pass is off the hands of Wheatley. Too hard, out of bounds. And Fort Morgan with their 19th turnover. Erie has got 11. Oh, that could have been a shot to make it a single-digit game. Backcourt pass to Kevin Loy. They've got a 2-on-1 working. Cross court to Lucero. Back to Loy. Left-handed layup, and he blew the layup. And there's a rebound and a foul there. Briggs Wheatley fouls Jordan Nguyen. That'll be Wheatley's 4th. Let's see if there's a... going to make a move and take somebody out. Langford might be coming back in. He will for Briggs Wheatley. Yep, a 58-48 game, and Nick Beltran is back in as well. 4:39 to go. Erie leads by 10. There's a lob in the left corner for Hargrave. Back out to Rademacher, down low, nearly stolen by Beltran. Right corner, wide open three is up, and that's missed by Lucero. And the ball is tipped around, and Loy tries to save it in and does. Loy saves it in beautifully. Over to Rademacher, middle of the lane, scoops it up and in. Rademacher scores 60-48. Here's Fernando Marquez on the high left. Marquez picks up the dribble. Back out to Ortega. Ortega dribbles towards the top. Frank Ortega is going to bounce it off to Carnes. Carnes with the basketball. Carnes will hand it off to Beltran. Beltran swings it right wing. Here is Frank Ortega. He leans. He misses off the side of the backboard. There is the rebound. And now in a dunk attempt, nope, it's going to be laid up and in. Mustangs not getting back as it was laid in by Hargrave. And now Marquez with a timeout, 62-48 with 3:48 to go. And Fort Morgan is getting drilled right now on the full court game. The transition game is going Erie's way. Layup after layup by Erie. But Wesley Carnes has come to play for the Mustangs in the second half with 4 3-pointers. He has 13 points in the game. And the Mustangs have got to respond somehow. And Levi McCoy is about to check back in. Let's reset the lineups here when the Mustangs have the basketball with 3:48 to go. And Fort Morgan about to drop to 1-2. Since it made it 46-43, it's a 16-5 run for Erie. Again, for Erie, this is a long timeout. Well, we'll reset the Mustang lineup. Beltran, Langford, McCoy, Ortega, and Marquez. This long team from Erie. We've got Kevin Loy, along with Kyan Hargrave, Cole Rademacher, Tristan Rademacher, and Kale Lucero. Marquez to throw it in. Marquez looking, still looking, got to get rid of it. He's going to get it to Beltran in the backcourt. Beltran across the timeline against Kevin Loy. Beltran fakes defender in the air, and then tried to feed it and then threw it away. And it's intercepted by Kevin Loy, batted from behind by Langford, tries to save it in. Mustangs commit their 20th turnover. And Langford is down, but I think he's okay. And Loy to throw it in. Loy to trigger it in. Loy's had a nice second half. Lobs it on the high right to Rademacher. Here's Tristan Rademacher down low, and then Langford blocks the shot by Hargrave, and then Hargrave in the lane back out to Loy. Straight away to Rademacher. Nice play there by Jackson Langford, his cousin. Here on the right wing is Kevin Loy with a basketball. Loy back out to Rademacher. Right baseline jump pass back out to Loy, guarded by Beltran. Right corner Hargrave, looked like an illegal screen. Or did McCoy try to fight through that one? Yep, I think he did. That'll be the 15th foul. And let's see, that'll be on McCoy. As McCoy is out. Carnes is in for Ortega. Yeah, for McCoy, that'll be his third. There's the lob in the corner to Hargrave. Back out to Rademacher. Rademacher, right corner, faking the three is Tristan Rademacher. Now the clock reads 3 minutes to go. 62-48. And Cole Rademacher banks and scores. He drove by Wesley Carnes. That was too easy. 6 points in the game. Here's Fernando Marquez. Marquez right of the lane. Marquez looking, still looking. Going to have to swing it back out to Beltran. Beltran left-handed dribble. Bounce pass. I don't know where he was going. Maybe to Marquez. It's intercepted. And now the layup by Rademacher's up, and he missed in a foul on Langford. Miscommunication there. The Mustangs are down 16. And I think Beto's going to come in here as well. And Cole Rademacher to the line. Rademacher's free throw is up and off the back of the rim. Second free throw upcoming. And Erie is going to bring in Will Foster, who's not played tonight, but with a hefty lead. And by the way, we're going to have a very short postgame here. Short postgame because they're going to clear this gym pretty fast. Without a doubt. Free throw is good by Rademacher. 65-48. Here's Marquez at the top for Wheatley. Wheatley into the lane, leans, banks, misses, and a foul. And the foul was committed by Sokolowski. That's his fourth. The Wheatley free throw is in the air. The line drive is in and out. Only the fifth free throw taken by Fort Morgan in this half. Second free throw is coming up. And that by Wheatley is up, and that one is off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Sokolowski. Down to 2:19 to go. Sokolowski in the front court. Into the lane, jump pass in the right corner. Three by Foster is missed. Fernando Marquez is fouled, and that's not a smart foul by Barnett with that much of a lead. Marquez 1-1 the other way. Fort Morgan who made it a 46-43 game, but it's a 19-5 run since then, and that has done it for Erie. Marquez free throw is well short. And the rebound to Barnett. Into the front court is Tristan Rademacher. We're at the 2-minute mark. Tight defense by Beto on the high right to Barnett. Against Jesse Campa. Swings it right baseline to Sokolowski. Sokolowski behind the three-point line, looking down low. Sokolowski swings it back out to Barnett. Straight away, here's Will Foster on the left wing. Pass is intercepted by Wesley Carnes with one to beat. He leans, he banks, and he scores. Nice job by Wesley Carnes. Carnes has 14 in the second half, 15 in the game. 65-50, 90 seconds to go. Will Foster back out with the basketball on the outside left. Also enters Camden Cook. Bounce pass right baseline, batted out of bounds by Beto. And to throw it in will be Blake Barnett. In the right corner for Sokolowski. Back out here is Cook on the outside left. And then the ball's intercepted on the entry pass. And then we have a whistle and a foul. I think Barnett committed another foul. Yep. Barnett with a second. Campa with a 1-and-1, 19 foul. Campa's got 3 points in the game. Fort Morgan 0 out of 3 from the line in the quarter. Colin Farley will check in momentarily. Jesse Campa Jr. bends, shoots, and misses. Back rimmed it. Rebound to Wheatley. Wheatley goes back up, and he misses. And the ball is batted into the hands of Rademacher. Quickly the other way. With the basketball, the Erie Tigers and Sokolowski under a minute to go, 65-50. Leaning, shooting, missing is Barnett. And he goes for his own rebound, and he does have it. And they'll reset the offense. 48 seconds to go. On the outside right with the basketball, Rademacher is going to hand it off to Camden Cook. Bounce pass inside, intercepted by Briggs Wheatley. Wheatley into the front court, 36 seconds remaining. Wheatley into the lane. Wheatley's going to hook it up and score. Wheatley off the glass. Wheatley now has 10 points in the game. 65-52, 26 seconds to go. Across midcourt is Tristan Rademacher, bumped by Beto. 17 foul. Here comes Colin Farley in for Jesse Campa. 1-and-1 here for Tristan Rademacher. Mustangs down by a baker's dozen. And the free throw's up and good. Second free throw is good again. This will be the last possession for Fort Morgan, 67-52. Marquez with 17, with 16, drives into the lane, runs into a defender, offensive foul. Yeah, it looked like a frustration foul by Fernando. With 15 seconds remaining, I would assume just run out the clock, and the Mustangs should just back off. There's no reason to press here on the back court. And into the front court is Rademacher. Jump pass is poked away, but taken over there by Will Foster and nearly stripped by Carnes. You got to just let him go. This game is over. 2 seconds to go. And I don't know why he's continuing to play it out there with just let the clock run out, and the game is over. But Wesley Carnes did play a great game. Mustangs go down tonight by a score of 67-52. And we're going to run through the numbers here pretty quickly. We'll get to it here. I'm just tabulating as we speak. The Mustang post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College, there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Fort Morgan actually led this game after one, as they were up by a score of 18-15, 14-3 in the second quarter for Erie. And then the third quarter was nearly even. The Mustangs shaved a point off the lead. They actually made it 46-43, but then a 19-5 run put this game away. Mustangs were outscored 17-9 in the fourth quarter, and they go down by a 67-52 count. All right, let's look at the numbers here from Erie High School as the Mustangs drop to 1-2 and Erie improves to 2-0 on the season, as the visiting Mustangs tonight were led by Wesley Carnes' 15 points, 10 apiece for Briggs Wheatley and Fernando Marquez, 7 for Jackson Langford. Braden Fajardo had 6, 3 by Jesse Campa, and Frankie Ortega with 2 for Erie. 3 players in double figures, 16 for Kyan Hargrave, 11 for Kevin Loy, and 10 points by Blake Barnett. 9 in the game for Kay Lucero, 7 for Cole Rademacher. Jordan Nguyen and Tristan Rademacher with 6 apiece and 2 for Campbell Sokolowski. Mustangs were out-rebounded 34-28. 8 rebounds for Kevin Loy. Mustangs got 6 from Briggs Wheatley. Turnovers in the game, Fort Morgan unofficially with 22, and Erie had 14. At the line, the Mustangs struggled again, under 50%, 7 of 16. Erie was 11 of 18, and that's the story tonight. The Mustangs are back in action coming up on Friday, 5 and 7:30 from Fort Morgan when they take on Severance High School, as Fort Morgan loses tonight in Erie. I'm John Beltran. The final scores of tonight's games: the Erie girls defeat Fort Morgan 77-18, and the Mustang boys fall 67-52. You heard the action right here on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.